What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jack. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. Today we're going to be talking about, should music videos be free? Let's get it. One of the most common questions that I get asked from up-and-coming videographers, up-and-coming directors is, besides the camera, is once they get the camera, what should they charge? So this is for all you new guys that want to get into the music business and want to get specifically into the music video portion of the business. The question is, should you be doing music videos for free when you start? And the answer is yes, you should. Here's the thing. How is it that you're going to get your work out there? You got to build a catalog. You got to build a portfolio. You got artists, musicians that they got to go into the studio and they got to record as much as possible so they can hone their craft. So it's the same thing with up-and-coming directors and up-and-coming videographers. You got to get out there. You got to get your work out there. It's really important. And so how is your name going to grow if nobody knows you? You could be the greatest director in the world. You could be the greatest videographer in the world. But if you're just shy at home and just kind of holding the work and not showing the world, then, what's the point of you getting into this business? The point of getting into this business is that way you creatively evolve and people see that. So the short answer is yes, you should be doing music videos for free. Absolutely. Should you be taken advantage of? Absolutely not. But, once your craft starts getting better, then of course you start price gauging. That's another question that I get asked. Jack, what is it that I should charge? Like, what's the going rate for a starting videographer? And to be honest with you, that's something that you and the artist need to discuss. You need to find out what their expectations are. You need to find out what exactly is that they're looking for. See, sometimes an artist's expectation might be way up here, but their budget is way down here. So you got to try and find a happy medium. So you got to turn into a salesman. You got to turn into somebody that can tell the client, hey, listen, this is what you need, and this is what we can do for you. There's so many different variations of what you could be charging. Not everybody has $25, $30, $40, $50,000 budgets. I mean, that's just not in the cards. Most artists are struggling artists. So you got to be mindful of that. You got to learn how to turn your passion and blend it with the business. So it's like a nice, smooth marriage going on. Have a conversation with those artists and tell them, hey, I'll go ahead and I'll shoot this video for free, but have some type of paperwork. Because you never know, that artist that you're doing a free music video for, what if that artist blows up? Well, if you didn't have any type of documentation, he's just going to fly. He's going to keep going. And then he's going to forget all about you. And he's on to the next director. And then the labels are calling all the bigger directors and they're getting the bigger budgets. You don't want to fall into that circle. Paperwork is key when you're trying to protect yourself, because at the end of the day, you're still providing that artist a service, even though it is for free. And if the song does well and the artist blows up, then you're protected. And at least the artist respects that, hey, he put in his time, he put in his effort, so he deserves something. So maybe you could work out some type of percentage and be like, hey, I'm going to take, 10%, 15%, whatever you guys decide to work out. It could be 5%, whatever. But at least that there's a percentage. And again, if that artist happens to blow up, then you're not forgotten and you have some type of income coming in from that project. So, yes, do videos for free, but make sure you have some paperwork. So just in case that artist explodes, you're not left behind. Now, Once you get over and you start evolving and creatively, and people really start noticing your work, people are going to start hitting you up on the DM, similar to what they do to me. And I tend to go ahead and I screen artists. I'll get the DM, hey, how much you charge for a music video? Well, I can't give that answer because I don't know what that artist is looking for. So the first thing that I do is I'll go ahead and I'll check their Instagram if it's public. And I'll check the Instagram. I'll kind of see, that'll give me a rough range of what they're about. You can kind of tell, what the person is about and what the artist is about, and if they're serious about their craft. So, because some artists, they'll go ahead and they say, I'm an artist, and they don't even have songs up. They don't have a Spotify link up. They don't have a YouTube link up. They've never even done previous videos or even some lyric videos, anything. And I mean anything, just so, they're drawing some type of public and, getting some type of feedback. Once I look over the Instagram and I see if that artist is serious enough, then I'll go ahead and I'll shoot them my phone number, because I don't like, DMing people back and forth. I just find, and same thing with email. I'm on that aspect, I'm old school, and I like to speak to the people because I want them to hear my voice. I want them to be, able to feel like they're talking to a real person, not some robot, on the computer. They don't know my personality. They don't know anything about me. And I think that part of being a successful director, a successful videographer, is be able to sell yourself. Your work, yeah, it should speak for itself. But when you're starting out, you really got to sell yourself. It took me a long time to develop a skill that now my work speaks for itself. So I don't really have to sell that much. But in the beginning, I had to become a salesman. So yes, become a salesman. That's important. And I don't mean no car salesman or sleazy car salesman. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about be an honest salesman. You got to have some type of integrity. Integrity for yourself, integrity for the craft, and integrity for the artists. That's very important. You don't want to be the type of person that feels like, oh, I'm going to get this video and I'm going to get this bag and I'm going to take as much money as possible. No, that's not what it's about. You're providing a service. So that service needs to be fair and concise with what the artist needs at the moment. Okay. And if what they need don't fit your need, then you shouldn't be doing business with them, and vice versa. So that's really important. So that's why communication is key. Hence, again, why I give my phone number, and I'll go ahead and I like to speak to the artists or the management or the representative, so they can feel like, hey, I'm talking to a real person rather than somebody that does not care. Because I really do care if artists are going to spend money on a music video. It's a big commitment. It's a big step in any artist's career. A music video is something that can make or break an artist. It's very important that they have something visually appealing so their fan base starts to grow. See, you're responsible for a lot of things. Very important. You're responsible for a lot of things. You're responsible for that artist. Once you take on that commitment, once you take on that video, you just became responsible for them. So it's very important that you care about it, not just think about, hey, I got this much money and I got this much money, because then you're losing focus on what you got into this business for. The money is a reward that comes after the hard work. And I promise you, if you put in your all, and I promise you, if you put in every single part of your soul into the craft and getting better, I promise you, you're going to get business. I promise you, you're going to succeed. I promise you, people are going to call you, and people are going to respect you, and people are going to love you. Again, I've been blessed, even through this whole COVID-19. We've had to take a couple months pause, but people are still calling and saying, hey, when you're ready, you let us know. Hey, we're excited to work with you again. That means that, we've laid the groundwork. And so for you guys out there laying the groundwork, make sure you have open communication with your artists. People tend to see who's real and who's fake in this business. And believe me, yes, you'll see the fake climb up here and there. It happens. The ones that last the longest in this business are the ones that have that integrity, that honesty, and that open communication, and never lie to the artists and give them exactly what they want with the proper expectations set from the beginning. Make sure you understand that when you're starting out, that you protect yourself, have the paperwork, go ahead and knock those free music videos out the park, and then those paid gigs are going to be coming naturally. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell. Next week, we're going to be talking about some more interesting topics. I'm going to have my business partner who finally moved close enough to me, because he used to live 2 hours away, but now he finally is close to me, and we're going to be discussing things together and doing this podcast together. So thank you so much, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.